Hello everyone! In this video, I will walk you through the preliminaries and important considerations when working with data, specifically about building a machine learning model. I will walk you through the procedures on how to train a dataset, how to test the trained dataset before building a machine learning model. Before that, I will show you how to organize your working directory. This is for you to easily open, navigate, and perform any future mathematical, statistical, and any machine learning procedures. In this case, I will be using Jupyter Notebook. Alright? Before we proceed, you need to download the Python distribution channel, which is the Anaconda Navigator. Okay? So once you open up the Anaconda Navigator, all you need to do is to launch the Jupyter Notebook. Okay, so here's the interface of the Jupyter Notebook. Okay, Training and Testing Dataset by Professor Vincent Torre Bongolan. Alright, so once you're done arranging or organizing your working directory, I will also going to discuss how to load your dataset into the Jupyter Notebook. And of course, let's start training and testing dataset using Python programming language. Okay, so we have this dataset containing the price of a car used, and we are going to analyze what will be the price of the car considering that the car already have the XX mileage and XX years of age. We will be using scikit-learn train test split method to split the training and the testing dataset. Okay, so as a rule of thumb, 80% of the dataset is used to train the model, while the 20% of the dataset is used to test the model. Okay, so before doing the machine learning model, of course, you need to check the assumptions associated or required by the model. For example, you are going to perform a machine learning model called multiple regression. Okay, so there are assumptions involved that you need to satisfy. First is the normality assumption, linearity, homoscedasticity, no autocorrelation, no outliers or minimal outliers, and of course, there should be no missing values. Once you check these assumptions, and if there are any of these assumptions are violated, you need to come up with the solutions in the form of performing these transformations procedures. Okay, some of the most used transformations procedures includes square root, logarithmic functions, and the inverse functions. And once you perform all of this transformation procedure, you need to undergo the dataset again into the assumptions check. You need to perform the normality, linearity, homoscedasticity, no autocorrelation or no outliers, and no missing values. And which among the transformation procedure is the best options that will make your data fit for the analysis. Alright, so let's proceed with the Anaconda Navigator. Alright, so there you go. Go to anaconda.com and click the products. Go to the Anaconda distribution channel. Okay, at the bottom part of the distribution channel, you have the option which OS or what OS you are using. Okay, so if you're using Windows, Mac, or Linux, download accordingly. Okay, once you download, go to the search part of the laptop and then click on the Anaconda Navigator. Once you're there, okay, so this is the Anaconda Navigator. I already opened it on my end. So I'll be going to use the Jupyter notebook. Okay, so click launch. And then let's wait for some few minutes or seconds to open the Jupyter notebook. Okay, at the upper right side, as you can see, new, choose Python 3. Okay, okay, so it will take time because my laptop is already hitting. Okay, so the first procedure is to locate the current working directory. Okay, control and then enter key, and then click on the plus sign, and then how to locate. Okay, so import os, enter os.get cwd, open and close parenthesis, and then control enter. So as you can see, the current working directory is at drive C. Okay, so let's go to the drive C. Let's try to check this out. Okay, so this is the drive C. Okay, drive C users bin Z. Okay, so this is the file, training and testing data. Okay, next step is how to change this working directory to my new directory. Okay, so let's again change the working directory. Okay, hit control and then press enter key, and as you can see, click on the plus sign at the upper side. Okay, so to change this, let's type os.chdir, open and close parenthesis, and then we have the option if we are going to use the double quotation. Okay, so this is the new directory where I am going to save my new file. Okay, my new working file. So it was in my drive E. Okay, so let's just copy the link, and then next is let's make it double backslash. Okay, and then hit control and then press enter key. And then as you can see, let's try to check if it's already been changed. Okay, os dot get cwd, open and close parentheses, and hit control and then enter. So as you can see, the drive is now changed from drive C to drive E. Okay, so let's now go to the loading of the data. Okay, alright, wait. Okay, I'll type get cwd. Okay, so okay, os that get cwd. Okay, it was now in drive E. Okay, click on plus sign and then heading for the title, loading the data set. Okay, and then hit enter. Okay, so to do this, I already copied the procedures here so that we can easily load this. Okay, so here to load, and then control. Okay, as you can see, this is the content of the file name, training and testing dataset. Okay, so this is the data. Next is to import the matplotlib to check the assumptions. So remember, I have mentioned a while ago that there are assumptions needed before you perform a machine learning model. So in this case, I'll be using the matplotlib library to check the correlation, okay? So to check the correlation between the mileage and the selling price. Okay, let's check first the correlation between the okay, price okay, so I forgot to I already removed the okay. So as you can see, be careful if there is an error. So as you can see, this is the correlation between the mileage and the price. Okay, let's check the other procedure. Okay, so the car versus price. Okay. Okay, so remove that and then hit enter key. So what's going on? Okay, I already removed again. Okay. Okay, so this is the correlation between the years or age of the car versus the price. Okay, so as you can see, based on the scatter plot, there is a correlation between the mileage and the price. There is also a correlation between the years or age of the car and its price. Okay, it is not 100% linearly correlated, but this is inversely correlated. So meaning to say, as the car age, the price drops. Okay, and even here, as the car age, the mileage increase. Okay, so as you can see, this is how to interpret this scatter plot. Okay, next is to copy this. And then let's just okay, and then okay, and then I'll be showing you later how to interpret this. And this one, we are now going to train the data. Okay, so in this case, the test size is at 20%. The training test is 80%. Alright, so if you remember the presentation that I showed you a while ago, 80% of the data set is the training. Okay, while the remaining 20% is the testing of the data. Okay, and then let's train the x variable. And let's test the x variable. So after we train, let's test the model. Okay, so this is the result. And then next is let's check the y variable. Okay, let's train the y variable first. And then let's check the y variable. Okay, now it is time to, for example, the assumptions needed before in performing a machine learning model is already satisfied. Then we can now start doing or performing the linear regression. Okay, so here we will be checking as well the accuracy of the model. And then this is the prediction. Alright, so we can compare this array. No, we can compare this array on the actual value later on. Okay. Alright, so you can compare this 1, 2, 9, 5 versus 1, 2. Okay. 2141 versus 18, 21533 versus 22, and 17 times versus 500. So it's quite near. Okay, the value are close each other. Okay, so let's find the accuracy. Okay, so the accuracy of the prediction is at 0.66 or 67. Okay, so as you can see, okay, so if you want this prediction change, okay, you just go to the, okay, I'll be showing you. You need to remove this random, and it will give you the future prediction of the model until you find out that the model that you are doing or training is going to be more fit. Okay, so you can remove this. Okay, and if you have the if you wanted to make the testing data, make it 30%, you can just change it. Okay, so but in this case I wanted to make it fixed. Okay, the training, so this will not change. The mileage and the years and so on and so forth. Okay, so go to the untitled, training and testing of dataset using Python programming by Professor Vincent Torre Bungolan. Okay, so now I'll be going to introduce you to the emerging technology, okay, to the advancement of the technology. In this case, I'll be showing you the ChatGPT. Okay, I will just replace this for now. Okay, so let's ask ChatGPT what is all about training dataset. What is all about training dataset? And then hit enter. And let's just wait for a few seconds or minutes, and the result is being popped up in the ChatGPT interface. A training data set is a set of data used to train a machine learning model. The data is typically a collection of examples or records, each of which includes a set of features, also known as attributes or inputs, and a label, also known as a target or output. The goal of the training model is to learn a mapping from the features to the labels so that the model can make accurate predictions on new or unseen data. The quality and size of the training data set can have a significant impact on the performance of the machine learning model. Okay, so steps in training a data set. There are several steps involved in training a data set for a machine learning model. These steps can vary depending on the specific application and type of the model, but in general, they include the collection and the preparation of the data. Of course, you need to gather a data set that is representative of the problem you are trying to solve, and then clean and pre-process the data to make sure it is in a format that can be easily used by the model. Split the data into training and test sets, so which I already discussed a while ago. Divide the data to make sure it is in a format that can be easily used by the model. The second is that split the data into training and test sets. Divide the data sets into two parts, one for the training the model and one for evaluating its performance. Third, choose a model and training algorithm. Select a machine learning model and training algorithm that is appropriate for the problem you are trying to solve. And then train the model, evaluate the model, fine-tune the model, deploy the model, and monitor and maintain the model. Okay, so the next option here is you need to optimize the machine learning model. Okay, so how to optimize a machine learning model. Okay, so in our optimizing a machine learning model, this is something that ChatGPT cannot understand. So it depends upon the skills, the knowledge of a data scientist. If you don't have any knowledge or any idea what is all about optimizing an algorithm, of course, ChatGPT will not make any suggestion on what to do next. Okay, the knowledge, the idea are of course should be coming from a data scientist. Okay, if you are a data scientist and if you don't know what are the assumptions in using different machine learning algorithms or machine learning models, then ChatGPT cannot tell you the exact things that you need to do. ChatGPT can only provide you the answer based on your questions, based on your prompts. And if you don't have any knowledge about the things that you need to perform and you need to do, then ChatGPT cannot do this for you. Alright, so technically, ChatGPT will not going to replace data scientists. Okay? What are the most used optimization algorithm? There are several optimization algorithms that are commonly used in machine learning. Some of most popular includes the stochastic gradient descent, the ADAM, the RMS-prop, the LBFGS, and so on and so forth. Okay, so again, if you don't know anything about the process, about the algorithm, ChatGPT will not going to tell you something how to do this. Okay? It will not give you the correct, the appropriate, and the things that you need to perform.